Hi, it's Carla here at Mindset and Mayhem, and I'm recording a couple of EFT videos for busy mums in the holidays while my people are out walking the dog. Now, one of the videos that I'm going to record is about children complaining because it drives me batty bonkers and I'm going to have to tap on it myself. So I'm going to take you through the process as I do. Now, just know if you haven't tapped before, you'll need to know the meridian points and the sequence to tap on. And if you need to know that, then pause the video and go and check out one of my other videos where I go through the sequence. Now, if you are time poor or you just like to give it a go, why not? Because you will likely work it out on the way. And if you don't, the tap's not going to be as effective, but you're still going to get a little bit of a result from it. But the more accuracy that you have tapping on the meridian points, the more you're going to be able to move and dissolve. Now, kids complaining. It's a joy and it's a delight, right? And I always look at mothers with toddlers and they're like, oh, but I have to get up early and I have to do this and I have to do that. And I'm like, wait till they start talking and they start developing their own opinion. And you know, it's like, how dare they? Just kidding. We want our kids to have an opinion, but sometimes when we're mothering, that turns into complaining and saying no, and it kind of like makes life a little bit tricky because we run on all these stories about what complaining means, about also how kids should act, and also we have some expectations for our children's behavior that sometimes they just don't actually have. So know that those kind of stories that are running in the background are often what are causing you the distress and the triggers, and maybe the getting grumpy about it and the getting ragey and the maybe not feeling enough, or the guilt, which is actually just rage at yourself. So let's start tapping on children complaining, and this is going to happen in this way. I'm going to say a statement, you're going to repeat it, and I'm going to say, and add your story and tell me why, and you're going to say what it is about you, what you're feeling honestly. And that can be as negative as you want and as complaining as you want, and the more complaining that it is actually means the better that it is, because you're getting into that state in your body, and when you're in that state of energy, we can edit it. And just know when you edit it, you might yawn, your eyes might weep, you might burp, you might off gas, you might get itchy, you might like feel your skin flush. Totally fine, keep tapping. You might even have a big emotional moment, and that's okay, because when emotion intensifies in the body, it's coming up to be cleared, and we're clearing it with the tapping, which is somatic. Okay, let's get in there with children complaining, side of the hand. Did I tell you that there's research on using EFT with mothers? There's a load of it. It's on my website, www.mindsetandmayhem.com. I think it's a /EFT research, and it's there. Okay, you can find it on my EFT page. There's a linky button thing. Okay, let's start. Even though my kids are complaining and it's driving me, use the word, even though my kids are complaining and it's driving me bonkers, I can love and accept myself for feeling this way. There we go, there's the whole statement. We're repeating that statement again. Even though my kids are driving me, insert your word for how it's feeling. I can love and accept myself for feeling this way. Third time, even though my kids are driving me nuts, and it's making me, what's it making you do? It's making me snap at them and stomp around the house. You add your bits about what you're doing. Even though my kids are driving me bonkers and it's making me, I can love and accept myself for feeling this way. Eyebrow point. My kids are complaining. Outside of the eye. They complain when I ask them to. Tell me what they complain at. They complain when I ask them to brush their teeth. Under the eye. They complain when I ask them to. What else? Tell me what else. Under the nose, and it makes me feel, how does it make you feel? Under the nose. Chin point. And then what do you do? Tell me the cringy stuff. Then I say a comment that I don't like, and I start to feel really huffy. Tell me in your words what you start to do, and I have a good rant about it. Collarbones. Because my kids are complaining. Under the arm, and I do so much for them. Eyebrow point. I don't ask them to do much, outside of the eye. I do so much for everyone in the house. Under the eye. I do so much, such as, tell me what it is. Under the nose. And then I get complained at. Oh. On the chin. And it makes me feel. How does it make you feel? It makes me feel. And what do you do? Tell me all the cringy things. When you speak out aloud the cringy things, you're kind of like bringing some acceptance to it, okay? You're really using what's called cognitive behavior therapy, talk therapy, and bringing it out. Collarbones. And I don't want to do this. Under the arm. But why do my kids have to complain? And then eyebrow. Why can't I just, tell me what? Outside of the eye. Why can't my kids just, tell me what? Under the eye. I just want, tell me what you want. Under the nose. But it is like, tell me what it's like. But it is like, what's it like? Chin. And I don't want this anymore. Collarbones. When I complained, tell me what you remember about when you complained. And chin. When I complained who do you remember complaining? When I complained what do you remember about your childhood? When I complained, my mother would say, blah, 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 blah. What? And what would happen? Collarbones. And I felt. Under the arms. And I don't want to be like that. Because quite often we don't want to do something. We don't want to do something that we had in our childhood. And it's creating that gap between our expectation and the reality. And we're putting pressure on ourselves. So that's it. Instead I could, eyebrow point. Instead I could, what could you do? Outside of the eye. Or maybe I could, outside of the eye. Under the eye. Because I can't really change the kids. Under the nose. Maybe I could ask in a different way. Chin. Maybe I could do stuff with them. Collarbones. Or maybe I could stay the same. Because you can always stay the same. There's no need to change. I could stay the same. Under the arms. But I get to choose how I react to complaining. And then on the top of the head, fingers spread wide, I get to choose how I react to the complaining. I get to choose what I make that mean. And I don't have infinite patience. And I love and accept myself for being where I am. And then heart point, I love and accept myself for being where I am. I'm doing the best I can. Doing the best I can. And then hand down, close your eyes. So your hands are down on your lap. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And when you feel ready, blink open your eyes and feel into what it feels like with your children complaining. Does it feel quite so prickly? Is it quite so big? Is it going to trigger you? Are you feeling the big emotions? If you are, you might want to go through this again and particularly go into the memory about what it was like when you were a child. That's really important to bring that up. and ensure that you really are honest with speaking your truth and being specific about maybe what it is that they're complaining about, so that you can dissolve what is specific for you. Anyway, wishing you grace and ease in these school holidays. Please share this with other mums, and there are some QR codes after this as well to some of my other work as well. Ka kite.